Here are the 3 most important questions you should ask a gamefowl breeder before purchasing brood chickens. In no specific order, the first question should be a 2-part question. Ask him or her how inbred their lines are. Do they show them pure, or do they cross them? If he or she answers that their brood fowl aren't very inbred, ask them whether or not they are the type of chickens that can withstand intensive inbreeding. It's important to know this because starting out, you may want to consider acquiring 2 pairs instead of a single trio. Another important question to ask is what size does this particular family come? It's important to know this because if a breeder says his roosters typically weigh under 5 pounds, you don't want to acquire a rooster that is significantly larger than what he or she says. Most families vary in size, but you don't want to begin your breeding program with individuals that fall outside the typical norm. Also, this can give a little insight into what he or she says about inbreeding. Most highly inbred families of American gamefowl weigh in the low 4s. If a breeder says his chickens are all pure and inbred, and they are all 5 and 6 pound roosters, something isn't adding up. Lastly, it's important the seller knows what type of chickens you're looking to acquire. In your own way, explain to him what you're wanting. Ask him if what he has fits what you're looking for. There's no harm in having a conversation about chickens and either party deciding that the chickens you two are discussing are not a good fit and the buyer should look elsewhere. Most breeders in the gamefowl community aren't desperate for your business. They take pride in what they raise, and they want you to be happy with what you're buying. Now that we talked about 3 important things to ask a breeder before purchasing gamefowl, let me share with you a couple of tips to help you and the seller ensure a smooth transaction. If you're doing business over social media or the phone, be aware of your location and the seller's location. Do not discuss or ask him or her anything that falls outside of the legalities surrounding owning gamefowl. Do not ask for dozens of pictures and videos. Let the seller know what you're wanting. If you're trusting him with your hard-earned money, you should trust that he knows what to select and send you. Ask him if he happens to have any blemished fowl. As long as a blemish is not genetic, this is a great way to possibly help you and him both out. This is an opportunity to get a slight discount, and it helps the seller because a lot of people, for their own reasons, don't want blemished chickens. However, a slight blemish that's cosmetic has no adverse effect on breeding. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you find this content to be helpful, and if you would please like, share, and comment. I would love to hear from you and hopefully can have more to share with you soon with future videos. YFIS. Goodbye.